Do you find it easy to speak English fluently in your head, but when it comes to a conversation with another person, you're struggling to put your thoughts into words? Guess what? You're not alone. Because there's a difference between having those thoughts that just randomly pop up and then being able to put all those thoughts into words and then those words into comprehensible sentences that we could use to communicate better. And there are 3 thoughts I wanted to share with you today. The last one is probably the one you need to hear the most, that help me turn my thoughts into sentences with a wide range of grammar and vocabulary. Learning starts at the moment you see or hear a new word, and this is what we do a lot with my students, as opposed to just reading an article or watching a video for the story, which is what most people do. They love or hate the story, they really understand what the whole story is about. We start focusing a lot in class on what exact phrases or expressions people are using in a dialogue or what was used in an article to convey the message, because we just simply can't focus both on what is being said and how is that being communicated to us. So start focusing on phrases, expressions, and think about how you could use them in a future conversation. Second thing goes without saying, we cannot get better at speaking English without actually speaking and practicing, really turning those thoughts into words and then those words into nice, comprehensible sentences. So make sure you practice simply talking about things you already know how to talk about and focusing on getting 1% better and not on speaking perfectly, because we know that that's something no one can ever do. And if you always focus on speaking perfectly, you will never start. And what can really help you speak English with better grammar and vocabulary is if you take some time, take notes on the thoughts you might have, so you have it easier when you actually deliver what you want to say. The last one is make sure you know the difference between practicing speaking, which is what a lot of people do, even on TikTok lives, they just randomly speak to each other, and improving your speaking skills, in which case you need to be intentional. Start thinking about intentionally using new phrases in whatever you have to say, and plan in advance what you want to say. But in a real conversation, it's really hard for us to plan what we are about to say. So stay present in the conversation, learn to relax. This is something I teach to every one of my students. So you can start focusing on not just what you're saying, but how you're communicating your thoughts.